Some brother called on the radio say, man, you saying some stuff, man, you must be one of them fallen angels. I say, you damn right. That's what I was saying on the fucking show. We are the fallen angels. That's why in the movie Fallen, Denzel Washington ended up becoming Azazel. Azazel is nothing but the god Tahuti. You see what I'm saying? The god Tahuti, which later on becomes John and Elijah in the Bible. So it just depends on where you're from. So Azazel, so that's the reason why he ended up being Azazel. You're looking at shit as evil, but the reason why they're doing that is all because of the simple fact that they're trying to get it in your mind not to rise.
The oldest system of worship, in the world is called Typhonianism. That's why you ain't heard about it. So you got all these other people talking about the oldest, but the real stuff you ain't heard about. It's called Typhonianism, Ophidianism, and Draconianism. You heard the word? You figure there ain't no word, but the white boy tell you your idea's a little draconian. Well, if it's a word that don't exist, why is he using it in his doggone dictionary? And this is the cult of the dragon. The dragon is in the constellation of Draco. The cult of, and that's the form of the Great Mother. All the other goddesses, the Great Mother, take it from this one Great Mother. But she has a son. It's the mother and the son, and that son is Sirius. The star system Sirius are known as Soot. Now it's interesting, we had this draconian and Typhonian stuff up until 1907. See, Gerald Massey, when he went into the British Museum, he translated a lot of this stuff, and you can get all this in his works. But after 1907, after he translated Book of the Beginning, 1881, and then Natural Genesis, 1888, and then finally in 1907 he does Ancient Egypt, Light of the World. All this Typhonian stuff disappears. They lock it down, and only people who've been have access to it is your secret societies. And they go to Nubia, where's a lot of this Typhonian stuff, and they cover over 200 temples at the Aswan Dam, which had this Typhonian stuff in it, as well as they found Hebrew letters all over them temples. So it was the vested interests of the Jews to cover it up, because it would show the African origin of the Hebrew. 200 temples.
Yes.
And you know the white man don't. Yeah, you know the white man don't cover up nothing. Now, so you know it had to be some real serious shit for him to cover up 200 temples. And they digging in Egypt this day, and they got 200 temples up under the Aswan Dam, up under the river. See what I'm saying? That was Typhonian stuff. Now the Typhonian stuff of the Great Mother and the child developed, matured, and declined even before the first monumental phase of Egypt, where the big buildings of the dynastic Egypt. The dynastic group came in, which is your Ra worshippers and Osiris, and they replaced it, the Typhonian, and they wiped it from the monuments. And Osiris takes on the attribute of Soot, and Set becomes his nemesis, or he becomes his enemy. But Set is the oldest god in the world, and Typhonian's attributes before it comes Osiris attributes before there was Osiris used to belong to Set. All this is in Gerald Max's Ancient Egypt, Light of the World, as well as Albert Churchward's Evolution, Origins of Christianity, Evolution, Origins of Religion. So Set is the oldest primordial deity of all time, which is the star Sirius also. But Osiris becomes the star Sirius too, as well as all the other Egyptian deities. So one priesthood overtakes the other priesthood. So that priesthood, Apep, is the great dragon also. Apep was replaced by Ra. So the Typhonians at this time travel up into Mesopotamia and find Babylonia, Samaria, Chaldea, and on into Greece as the Etruscans. But they were the
time period we're talking about.
Oh man, we're talking about well, the Typhonians were basically your pre-dynastic time period, so it's before 3000 BC, that roughly. Well, Manetho says that there's 500 pharaohs in the dynastic period, which is 3,000 years, and there's 800 in the pre-dynastic, which was 5,000 years, and roughly he said we're talking about about 8,000 years. The pre-dynastic is the Typhonian. It's the Typhonian.
Pre-dynastic. Yeah.
It's the pre-dynastic. So they travel up into Mesopotamia and all that, but they also, from Mesopotamia, they become the Phoenicians.
Now these are still all black people right now.
Ain't nothing never was nothing but black. These are the Phoenicians. And the Phoenicians travel into Rome, because the Phoenicians becomes Etruria, and Etruria becomes the Etruscans or the Trojans. You know, the Greek went to war with the Trojans. That's the later day Indo-Europeans going to war with the Trojans and wiped out those Etruscans. But the Etruscans find Rome and Greece, which I showed a picture. And they find Rome and Greece and establish the Greek language and the Latin language. And the first Greek mythology, Zeus and Apollo and Hercules, is a black mythology. It's just as valid. Now, Greek philosophy was stolen from Egypt years later, so don't mix up the time cycle. Greek mythology is black. Greek philosophy is plagiarized Egyptian philosophy. So don't do the time cycle. When I talk about Hercules and Zeus and Apollo and Perseus, that's black. It's not later. It's just the Phoenicians' religion of the Typhonian stuff. So you say, well, what did the Phoenicians or the Etruscans worship? They had the religion of the whole Olympian deities of Greece, which the later Indo-Europeans come in and wipe them out and then take their shit.
We're going to deal with some Necronomicon. Okay. Y'all ready for this? The Necronomicon, I told you at one time you fell. And when you fell, your higher selves got separated from you. That's the Necronomicon. So the Necronomicon, or you are the Necronomicon. A primal power that created the universe is called the Great Old Ones. They are the forgotten and locked out of alternative time zones because the vessels that they manifest are asleep, known as black people. But they are going to use the black people as zombies and begin to manifest and take over again, because they're going to come right through you, your black dots, the housing product of where they get ready to come through. Now, the Dagon is a group of black people. Now, the Dagon is a group of black people who were some people from Atlantis who worship Awas. The Dagons are the original ancestors of the Dogons. When Atlantis went down, some of them shape-shifted into mermaids and later into dolphins and whales. That's why the dolphins and whales got the same intelligence you have. And that's why they are beaching themselves now to sacrifice. So some of them are sacrificing themselves so they can reincarnate or so they can go to the other side and become these godheads outside of the dolphins' bodies. So the dolphins and all that stuff is nothing but your souls. You can go from a human to a dolphin to a whale. This is real stuff. Marine biologists talk about this all the time. All you got to do is just study. You see what I'm saying? They got their own languages and everything. They're highly intelligent. Probably more intelligent than we are, especially us being lost now. Because the man appeared to me last week. Now this was about 3 weeks ago. The Lam, they said this man appeared to me and he was a tall, big-headed black man. I said, like Imhotep? She said, doggone right. Now, let me explain what Lam is. Lam comes straight out of what is called the Necronomicon. Now, these terms are made-up terms that the European had to make up because there was no names for this particular primal force. You see. Now, come to find out there was a person by the name of H.P. Lovecraft that did a lot of novels. Anybody familiar with H.P. Lovecraft? He was a person that did a lot of novels. Well, come to find out that what had happened with it is this. H.P. Lovecraft was in actuality, his novels was none other than the same kind of science that Tesla was dealing with, where he was getting things from the astral plane or the Akashic records. So when he would write his novels, he would write about the Necronomicon. And he called it the Necronomicon because in the astral realm they said that these are what you call the dead souls. Now what are the dead souls? He said that these dead souls, or these primal souls, are primal power, chaos power that created the universe and first seeded this planet. The key here is what is going on in the energy? It's sexual energy. The key here is what is going on in the energy? It's sexual energy. The key here is what is going on in the energy? It's sexual energy. It's sexual energy. You just feel it going down most of the time, but it's the same energy. That's all it is. You see what I'm saying? So the whole concept of someone telling you, so that's that whole thing of 2,000 years ago. Well, tell them about Jesus, but they can't become Jesus. So therefore, you tell them about some man out here, which is yourself, but you don't give them the art to tap into it to find out that they are the actual people that the whole book is talking about. And there was never no person running around no 2,000 years ago. You see what I'm saying? There was no Christ. It's false. It's the biggest hoax in world history. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's on every corner. Even the Yeshua Ben Pandero, when we say we're going to trace a historical person back.
That historical person could have been a very political person, but as far as what the Christ does and details, it couldn't have been. It's impossible. And I've said this before, because the Christ itself is preserved for the end time. That's why the Hebrews, the Egyptians, the Greeks, half of the Romans, and everybody in the ancient world other than the doggone Roman government that started the whole papacy, put this bullshit out. It's impossible.
Whoa, that's fire.
I got this book. There's a movie you need to go see because it's connected. The movie is connected with this skeleton key. And I saw the skeleton key.
In Terrebonne Parish and the surrounding bayous of Louisiana.
It's connected. It's all about the Hoodoo, Louisiana, Hoodoo, the whole 9 yards. And one of the keys here is a book called Hoodoo Mysteries. And it says, and Hoodoo Mysteries, Inside Secrets of the Louisiana Hoodoo. And all of a sudden, by Ray Marlborough. And all of a sudden now, this book is hard to find, yet, but I bought the book in July. And all of a sudden now, you can get them on the internet, you can get them from certain places, maybe, and you can still get it. But they froze this book as far as you looked at or put it on the shelf. I bought it at Borders Books in July, and then all of a sudden this thing hit, and all of a sudden this book is disappeared. I've been hoodoo. To many people, the word has derived from the word voodoo, taking the meaning during the early 19th century. So in so many words, they said that what happened is they outlawed voodoo in Louisiana because after the Haitian Revolution, about a year later, Louisiana started importing Haitians. Now, remember now look at the thing. About a year after the Haitian Revolution, Louisiana, by being a French-speaking territory, and by the Haitians speaking French because they were colonized by the French, it was more than likely that when they started to travel because they were freed, they made their way to New Orleans about a year later. Now look, they went and took a storm and hit Haiti last year, and 1 year later they hit New Orleans. The same aspect of the way the voodoo travels. You see, as a result, they outlawed voodoo in Haiti, and what happened was the laws on the book said that you could go to jail based on practicing voodoo or voodoo. But the laws on the book had no laws for practicing hoodoo. So they changed the word voodoo to hoodoo as a strategic move to practice voodoo in Louisiana. Thus you get the word hoodoo. And then hoodoo became mixed with Native American practice of the herbs and the Roman Catholic European practice of the candle burning, and therefore you got a whole other system that derives in America. That is the American origin. See, the whole concept here is this, right? We got to understand.
My, how the tables have turned.
Chemical terminologies just later came up out of more the mermaids and the Melusines and all these types of things. The mermaids and the fairies is nothing but alchemical components in the ancient African's body and in the African body, basically in the particles in the bloodstream, in the bloodstream, which is melanin, the Dracula particle, Draco is the northern part of the hemisphere, and at her south gate is the star Sirius. Draco is the great mother, the great dragon, Leviathan, Leviathan, Dracon, Tiamat, Baat, Layla, Lilith, Hecate, Medea, all the demon shit that you think is evil. That's the great mother. Babylon. You see, so these particles, the mermaids, the fairies, that's extraterrestrial civilization that is inside of your melanin.
But there is a supreme deity of the Assyrians ranked even above Ashur, and that is Ishtar. Mysteriously, the identity of Ishtar is more ominous. Ishtar was the primary deity worshipped in ancient Akkad, aka Assyria, Sumeria, Mesopotamia, and Babylon. Ishtar is referred to as the Queen of Heaven, among several other titles. The reason Ishtar is so important to this discussion is because she was originally worshipped by the Assyrians and Babylonians and later worshipped by the Romans, who transfigured her from her original form of Ishtar into the Virgin Mary. Quote, Gods, Demons, and Symbols of Ancient Mesopotamia, an illustrated dictionary. Quote, another name for Ishtar is Inanna. The goddess Inanna, or Ishtar, was the most important female deity of ancient Mesopotamia at all periods. Her Sumerian name, Inanna, is probably derived from a presumed Ninyana, Lady of Heaven. It also occurs as Inin. The sign for Inanna's name, the ring post, is found in the earliest written texts. Ishtar, earlier Estar, her Akkadian name, is related to that of the South Arabian male deity Aftar, and to that of the Syrian goddess Astarte, biblical Ashtoreth, with whom she was undoubtedly connected. The name Ashtoreth can be found in the first book of Kings, chapter 11, verse 33. Quote, because they have forsaken me and have worshipped Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Shemosh, the god of the Moabites, and Milcom, the god of the children of Ammon, and have not walked in my ways to do that which is right in mine eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments, as did David his father. Because they have forsaken me and have worshipped Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians. The goddess Ishtar went by many names, one of which, according to this dictionary, was Ashtoreth. Other names include Astarte, and of course, Inanna. Most of these goddesses were amalgamated from different cultures to represent a single goddess. There were several iterations of Ishtar across Sumer, Babylon, and Akkad. Continuing, the principal tradition concerning Inanna made her the daughter of An, or An, and closely connected with the Sumerian city of Uruk. According to another tradition, she was the daughter of the moon god, Nana, and sister of the sun god, Utu. She was also regarded as the daughter of Enlil, or even Enki in various traditions.
You got to break this thing down. Asura, they say that Asuras are demons. Demons only mean bound gods. A bound deity. Okay? I don't want to use the word God. They are bound deities. Once a deity is bound, it becomes a concealed demon. Now, the only way that you can be bound, only way you can bind a demon or a deity is encase him into a human, he or she into a human body. So that means that our souls are demonic in nature. So that means that our souls are demonic in nature. I'm not talking about in the wicked form that you know of. You getting this? Now I want to get this. Satan is bound. You ever hear Satan being bound? When you bind something, you can only bind something when you place it in a human existence. So the Asuras...
Wait, time out.
They so advanced, they taking over the earth and ain't shit we can do about it. And these white people are up in there talking about what can we do? Can we pray to God? Can we do? And they say, I don't know what we can do. They say, but we need to go jump on the government and kick the government in the ass for keeping this stuff back. Because these people, they are getting ready to take over. It's all on the tape, and it's all on the tape. And so they're talking about this reptilian. Now, I believe that the person who was talking about it got a hold to the actual information. He didn't understand who the reptilians were. You see. Now, it says that the draconian has a cult of the dragon. Now, the dragon of the deep, i.e. space, brought to earth by the Ophidian current, is worshipped by the ancient Typhonians of ancient Egypt under the symbol of Apep. Now, this is the key. You got to go get your book of Revelation. Everybody got the Bible. In the book of Revelation, they talk about this dragon coming back, right? I'm telling you, this thing is getting ready to go down. And you can go and read in your Bible if you know what the hell going on. It's supposed to be this dragon that everybody that ever read the Bible was scared of that damn dragon coming back with 7 heads. Right? But remember, I told you the Bible, some of the part of the book, so first of all, they know now that the book of Revelation was an older book, and the book of Revelation was an older book that they took from out of Hemmit, that John the Divine translated the book of Revelation. Now, John the Divine was when you read Jeremiah, the key book you need to get. This book, Jeremiah Lectures. Now, the Jeremiah Lectures, real key book. Why? Because Jeremiah made these massive volumes of work. And it cost about $300 for the whole thing. But he took the lectures and he simplified all the stuff, and you can get it in one book. And it talks about the secrets behind Christianity and how they changed everything from Egyptian and African into what you call Christian. Is all one religion. Now in here, he talks about John the Divine, which was actually the god Tahuti. Now Tahuti is the god you call him Thoth, which is also Tahuti, which is the god of wisdom. Now Tahuti did not write. He said that that's the person that wrote the book of Revelation. But in Tahuti, if you study Egyptian history, Tahuti, the book of Revelation, Tahuti received his information that was whispered in his ear by a black woman by the name of Sashet, who was a form of Maya. So the black woman wrote the end of the book of Revelation. That's why the black woman, when I'm going to start breaking down these keys to the book of Revelation, it's all about the fucking female. That's what the shit is about. Excuse the expression. It's about the sister. Because the sister, that's all there is. That's the key to the whole mistress is the black woman. They say Isis, nobody has seen my veil. The veil is melanin, and they're talking about the mistress of the black woman. That's why we got to get in. Let me get this. Let me hold up that book. This is the book that you need to buy. See, when the Bible was translated and a lot of stuff in the Quran, it ain't got nothing to do with the spirituality. It's just that in Arabia, you had a lot of homosexuality going on. And what happens is also, too, in some of your Hebrew thing, they went nomad. And when people go nomad, the first thing they do, they turn against the female. You see. So what happened was, based on a political agenda, they turned all the stuff negative against the female. That's what? Now, go back. Because you got to get this. Is very important. If you don't get nothing, you got to get this tonight. You got 7 major chakras, which is the 7 major orishas. That's what the shit is. There is no orisha outside of yourself. So don't treat no damn orisha like no god that's outside of your own damn self. Before it was a religion, that was later on. It was an ancient mystery system in West Africa or whatever, just like it was in Kemet. And they had ancient high priests. Those priests, after a time of invasions, went up underground and they left all this elaborate stuff out. And the average citizen, who used to be taught on the religious level, started and maintained it as a religion, and they worship these deities. But these deities are nothing but your own damn self. And to treat them other than yourself is to treat them less, you see what I'm saying, than what it's supposed to be. You get it? 7 major chakras, 7 major African spirits, which there's hundreds of chakras throughout the body. That's the 7 major. But the main chakra, which is the Ajna chakra, or what you call the third eye, in that chakra, there's 72 other damn chakras. Okay? Or damians are demons. Same thing. Amens, which means hidden. Okay, now listen to this shit here. This is amazing shit. This is your goddamn army. This is how we get ready to kick some motherfucking ass. You got to do it. It's coming, but now I know how it's coming. It's coming, and we are slaves to our higher self. But you can only... I'm getting ahead of myself, but listen. How this shit goes. I wanted to break it down in clarity so people can understand this thing. 72 demons are chakras, are nations. Each demon has at least anywhere from 29, 30, 40, 50 legions of other damn demons or other damn demons with them. Now wait a minute, hold on now, wait a minute. Let me just give you a general shit what I'm talking about here. Every goddamn one. Okay, listen. This god, Oriax, or Orius, which is a form of Osiris, whatever it is, see what I'm saying, is over, although he's a seal in a legion, he's over 30 other legions of spirits. Now, in the dictionary, a legion is 10,000. Now, you got 72 motherfuckers in your head. Let's put it that way. We go goddamn layman terms so you can understand this shit on the slit smart liquor level. Even if you high, you can get this shit. You got 72 motherfuckers in your head. Okay? 72. Each 72 of these bitches is over anywhere from 29, 30 to 40 to 50 damn legions of 10,000. So we talking about the 144,000, 144 million in your brain. You get it?
Got it.
That you deny because they're called demons or damians. That's the key. Claim them. You get this shit? Each seal is a legion of some shit in your brain. But the key is not to deal with it in the ritual. All rituals are abrogant, which means you can deal with the rituals as a tool, but what we're talking about here is learning your own motherfucking damn army. Small goddamn soldiers. Small soldiers. You get it? Small fucking soldiers. You get the shit?
There's a war going on in our head.
You see?
Everybody.
It's an army. It's a legion of 10,000, but you got 72 of the damn 10,000. But there's 10,000 is one legion, but each seal got at least 29 to 30 of them 10,000. So we talk about millions of these motherfuckers. You see?
144 million.
You see? And now I can toot my own horn on this shit here because I've always been humble with your ass. But ain't none of these motherfuckers out here talking about this shit. Because there's a damn limit that they go to. They don't go to the Satan realm. And that is the key to the whole shit. Holy Satan. Could only tell it to the conscious motherfuckers. That's the goddamn shit, the light bringer. And the Blair, none of them motherfuckers. Even Dawood is scared of Satan. Blair, all the metaphysical masters, they all talk shit about Lucifer. Even down all of them. I'm tooting my horn on this bitch right here. You see, I ain't never been arrogant to y'all motherfuckers, but goddamn, you ain't seen a motherfucker talk about this shit. You see what I'm saying? And now, look, this is it, look. Now, there's only one, two, my mate, a brother named Bill Lilly in New York, and another new nigga brother in Buffalo to get this shit. Other than the group that's here, that's the most advanced group in the country, is the motherfucker. You can only people that can attain this shit. So we ain't got no damn, what you call it? Y'all, you see what I'm saying? This is what we talking about here. The soot-on, shake-on, which is the black opening of the black dot. Satan only means melanin. Lucifer only means what? The pineal gland. I told you that the last time. Light bringer. Okay? So, the demons of Solomon is a fucking army. You can read about these demons and what they do in the book Goetia by Aleister Crowley, the lesser key of Solomon the King. Now the key is we're trying to, now the key is everybody buying this and doing the ritual to it. One of the guys said that some of the keys is going, some of these rituals don't even work on this Goetia shit, because it'll kill up these crackers if they really tapped into this thing. But the key is we're not even interested in the ritual. We're interested in you obtaining something about yourself on your demonic realm, which is your power base. Damien, Amon, Amen, hidden gods. Those are the demons. You get it? They even showed you the movie of when Spawn met his hell's army and let the goddamn cracker come and talk him out of getting his motherfucking army to tear down the gates of heaven. See, this all the way backwards. You get it? To tear down the gates of... He had this shit. You seen all them 1,000 motherfuckers down there ready for to kick ass and retake the damn world? He had it. He let some cracker come and talk him out of the shit. Get the movie Spawn. It's all up in there. Huh? Heaven is what we are against.
Thank you.
We are against the heaven realm. I'm going to go ahead and get into this shit tonight. This is some badass shit. Altogether different. That's why the goddamn church gives you one thing, you rebel against that shit. We are against heaven. They are our enemies. We are called chthonic spirits. We have that. This is a mystery of this shit. That's why we can't get out of nothing. But I done got this shit now. I'm telling you, kicking ass and taking names and accepting our true self.
Let's do it. Be proud about it.
You just got to know the history of this shit. Shit sound crazy. The motherfucker. That's why you don't let people get this shit. We are against the gods. We are against the gods. It is not fitting to call us gods. We are chaos beings. That's even in the I think that's either in the tripartite tractate in the Gnostic scripture or even the Apocalypse of John. One of them is not even fitting to call us gods. We are above gods. Gods are our children. They broke away from our ass. Now, we are the fallen angels. No, we are the fallen angels. See, you got to get all terminology, all blueprint that you have been taught to be against. That's who you are. The Nephilim are those who came down. So they are the fallen angels. We are the fallen angels. You got to get this thing. You understand? The Tiamat is the original image of the devil, which is land of Maat, or the Great Mother. Later on, Tiamat is known as Leviathan. The angel or the entity is supposed to come up and destroy the earth. Tiamat is also Babylon in history. We're going to get into the science of that in a few minutes. Now, one brother called in, you black leaders, especially you brothers in the metaphysics and stuff like that now, in so many words that we're not supporting Dr. York and I want to know something because, Bobby, that our black leaders, that the government has always come after our black leaders. I'm like, hold on, stop right there. I'm saying, no, hold on now. Before he went to prison, he was the Messiah. He was Melchizedek. He was Osiris. Now, since he's in prison, your mind can't justify that. Now, you done relegated him back down to a black leader. It's a difference. The government comes after, no, wait a minute, hold on now. This is the man with the plan, and nobody else got no knowledge and no wisdom. Because he's divine in origin from the planet Ritz. Let's drop on it how it is. Now all of a sudden, because he's in jail, got 130 years, and the spaceships didn't show up, he's now a black leader. And now I'm wrong for not speaking out against it. I said, no, I'm not speaking out against it because I never supported a person calling themselves an entity from the planet Ritz who grew up in Marcy goddamn projects. Right here in New York City. But all of a sudden, he from the planet Ritz. Now, I'm like, so one brother called, said, oh, brother, we are getting together with a petition. We're going to try to put some stuff together, get our brother out of jail. I said, oh, brother, I want to help him so much. Let me tell you what I propose. Let's go past going to petition these crackers down in Georgia. Let's call on some ambassadors or some, let's call on some ambassadors or some high prince or priests from the planet Ritz. And let's get into the planet Ritz. And then we can get the planet Ritz to come in and blow up the jailhouse and get him out of there.
The Christian word hell and the Hebrew word hell, it means physical earth. Helix or hell means the physical earth. The other word, the word Hebrew word comes from the word also the word Sheol, and the word Sheol is the word shell. And the shell, and shell, from shell you get hell, is the physical body. We live in hell, which means you're trapped in the physical body. So all of this particular mythology that we're talking about, where we are scared of a damn devil as the scapegoat to blame everything on. You see what I'm saying? Keeps us trapped. Our own fears.